Good morning, guys. What's up? These bees are busy today. I'll tell you what, busy bees. I got a question. I got a question for the new administration, guys. I'm not the sharpest tool I'm not the sharpest tool in the woodshed, guys. You know that. But come on, do we really have to be? I mean, I want to ask the new administration one thing. Are your testicles getting so large that you're stepping on them? Yeah, that's what I want to know. Yeah, I was in Lowe's the other day, guys. I was picking up some of these things. We're going to use these today. These are the 5-gallon paint strainer bags. Okay, see, you put them over your little bucket there. Yeah, we're going to use these. I need to take them out and get some Dawn detergent. There's 2 in a bag. I only need 1 today. Take it out and get some Dawn detergent, some warm water, and clean them up. I don't know what chemicals are on them, but anyway. Yeah, I'm in the checkout lane, guys, with these bags. And right there by the cash register, there's 2 stacks of plywood. And I look over and I see, last time I was in there was $69 and change. It was $70 for a sheet of 3/4 plywood, right? So I look over and there's the sign. And now it says $71. I said, well, it's going up. These people have got prices going up. And then I'm looking, the 3/4 was down and the 1/2-inch plywood is up in another rack. And so I'm looking. Looking. Where's the 1/2-inch price? I'm looking up here. I don't see it. That wasn't the 3/4 price. That was the 1/2-inch price. Yeah. So I'm going, where's the 3/4 price? Now I turn around the corner, they had the tag hanging over here off the edge on the side. Yeah, it was about it was right at $80 a sheet, guys, for a stick. Yeah, this is our new administration playing games with everything. And here's the second one. That's number 1 craziness. Number 2 craziness. Sit down for this one, guys. Go ahead and sit down. Get some popcorn and a soda or whatever you do and listen to this, okay? I got a friend in my east. He knows a commercial beekeeper. I don't know this commercial beekeeper. I asked him how many boxes of bugs he runs. He says he runs a semi-load. He says, you'll like this one, Steve-O. He says, he just fired all of his Mexicans a while back. Got rid of all of it. Legal Mexicans. Fired them all. He said the government now has offered him, this beekeeper, a sweet deal. You house these illegal Mexicans. We're going to pay you to house these. We're going to give you X amount of dollars. So he goes out. He's all happy. He lets all of his other Mexicans go, his legal ones, gets these illegal ones, buys a house, puts them in there. And here's the kicker. Here's the whipped cream with the cherry on top, guys. He's paying them more money because the government is so free with their money, paying them more than he did the legal ones. Like I said, guys, I am not the sharpest tool in the shed. No. But, yeah, that's what I want to know. Are their testicles so large they're stepping on them? That's my question, guys. All right, let's get off of that topic and away from these crazy people because we have to lower our blood pressure, okay? Now, this is Friday. Today's Friday, the 28th, I think. On Tuesday, the 1st, June 1st, will be 5 days since we put these in. These excluders. I'm going to play this game a lot this summer, as much as I can. You know, I've got all this craziness going on. And I still, guys, don't have a surgeon lined up yet. We were very much in a big hurry to get, you know, the testing, the biopsies, and all that. and get the diagnosis. But now it comes treatment time. Let's play around and see who pays for what and who don't want to pay for what. And the last time I checked, all these guys have do an oath, do no harm. And you're going to have to tie in the insurance companies and all the financial people along with this do no harm thing, because they're calling the shots, okay? So as soon as we nail down who's paying for what and what my portion is and this and that, but I can't even get any straight answers out of these people yet. They're just drag it out. And then my other question is, now that we've done needle biopsies and everything and triggered that cancer, does it get more happy? Does it start? Does it? You've shot air in there. You've gone in there and you've triggered that thing. Does it get more happy and want to crawl around some more, or what? We don't know. I don't know. You can't get no answers on that either. So anyway, I asked my doctor, how soon do I need to make this happen? Well, you can make it. It was a big rush to get everything done ahead of time. Well, you got, I'd like to see you next month or two. Month or two. Oh, really? Yeah. Yeah, a month or two, but I'd like to get it, soon as possible, yeah. All right. So anyway, I drifted off there. I lost my place here. Anyway, yeah, we're going to do this a lot, I think. So on Tuesday, it'll be 5 days, and we can come in here and pull this top off. It'd be kind of nice if she's up here. And if she's up here, that would be cool. But if she's not, no big deal. We're going to set that box aside and go downstairs, and make sure we have eggs. The ones that don't have eggs are going to have larvae that probably at the perfect size for them to make. I'll look at it and see. If you've got graftable larvae up there, you don't have to pull any eggs up or down or whatever to make it all happen. So anyway, we're going to do that on Tuesday. We'll get in there. Good Lord willing, and the creek don't rise, guys. But for today, let's get in here and do some easy honey harvesting, okay? I don't know. A lot of people make honey harvesting a really big deal. Oh God, I've got 5 hives now. I got to run out here and I've got to buy a honey extractor. And your wife's going, you got to do what? You've got enough, you probably can hear, you've got enough money tied up so far right now to buy a small truckload of honey, okay? So, yeah, you'll hear that stuff, guys. You'll hear that kind of stuff. But anyway, you don't need to buy extractors and all that. But if you can do this, what I'm fixing to show you guys to do. You could do this with 20 colonies. Now, if you get up 30, 40 colonies, it's not, very feasible. But you could do this up to 20 colonies what I'm about to show you to do. And it's very simple. We're going to do a scrape and drain is what we're going to do. And a lot of beekeepers, oh my God, you're tearing out all that wax and this and that. Listen, if you take out if you just spin that honey, you're going to have to do something with them combs after that. You're going to have to store them. You're going to put crystal on them. You're going to put them back on the bees. You're going to have to do something with those things. But what I'm about to show you, you don't have to do that. And you're not going to lose, get this, guys, with what I'm fixing to show you, you're not going to lose one drop of honey. What you don't use, what you don't utilize, the bees are going to be feeding it. We're going to feed it right back to the bees. And all this drippy equipment I'm fixing to put these frames and stuff on that are dripping all honey all over the place, it's going to be done on tarps. Some kind of a tarp. And we get done, we're going to set it out here in the field. These bees will be jumping on this thing like ugly on Whoopi, okay? Yeah. Or ugly on Maxine. They will clean up. You will not lose a drop of honey, guys, doing this little system I'm going to show you. Okay, it's no rocket science. It's very simple. And we're going to get her done. Let's get after it. Alright guys, I'm getting things set up in here. I got a tarp down and I got a 5-frame box here. We're going to rob all 5 frames out of that colony out there. They got plenty of honey downstairs. So yeah, I got some people screaming for me for some honey. So I'm gonna fix them up. Anyway, tarp down, box there. That could be a 10 frame or it could be an 8 frame, whatever. You go to Lowe's or Home Depot, either one, they have them. I happen to get this one at Tractor Supply. And it's kind of nice. This is where the honey's going to end up, in this bucket right here. This is kind of nice because you can screw this lid on here. So I like that feature of that. I buy these to put water in hurricane season. Put supplies in them, whatever. But it makes a great honey bucket because they're food grade. So you get 2 of these buckets and you rig one up like this one here. You see what I did? I've got this one. It's going to go in the inside here like so. Now, if you want a measurement, I can give you that. That screw is 6 inches off the floor here. 6 inches up to here. So you can go around, mark your bucket out. I don't know how many screws I got in there. I got them about 4 inches apart. That's a good substantial, you know. You're not gonna break them out of there, all right? So yeah, so what you're gonna do now, you take a tool, a little, you know, craft store heat gun, and when you buy them, there's several tips, but put that one that's got that tip like that, you see, a little pointed one. And you just start, see where I laid out a little pattern there? I put one in the center, went around, then I went off from those lines, and then I went around on the perimeter. That seems to be, I've used this several times, it's working very good. So yeah, so now what you do is you take that 5-gallon paint strainer bag that you got, and you get some Dawn detergent, hot soap and water. You clean this puppy up and you put it down inside this bucket here. I put it down about, I have about that much hanging over, right? And I put it down about that far because this honey, 5 frames of honey is probably going to come up into about in here, I'm thinking. So I want this, I want this strainer above the honey. Something like that. We can always pull it up and squeeze it out. So yeah, you just set it down here. I'm probably going to have my butt sitting on that chair to do this operation. And what I did was run 2 screws in here in the center. Pilot hole. I just used a top bar. I had an extra top bar. And I added a couple pieces of wood here. I glued them and shot them in with a brad nailer onto the bottom. Same on the inside, and just made a little gap. And you can see I passed that screw down through a pilot hole. I did a pilot hole with a little 16th bit, and then I ran that screw in on each side. That keeps this thing from moving. And so yeah. So that's that, and you set your frame right on top as you're scraping. See, this will go in here just like so. Now we're set up. We got the whole thing set up. To uncap and drain, you just stop it right on here. I'm going to be sitting in my chair. I think this chair is going to be perfect right here. For this operation. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Right there. Actually, I'm going to run those screws up a little further because the top here is hitting. I just don't want it sliding around. So that's it. You're going to scrape everything into this bucket. And here's your tool of choice. A little Rachel Ray spatula looking thing, wood. You want to use wood. You want to use metal on this when you're doing this. You don't want to scrape. We've talked about it before. You don't want to knock off those sharp edges. The bees don't want to the bees won't want to draw back on it. So you're going to get in here, we're just going to scrape down. I put a little sharp edge on it right here with my grinding wheel. A little sharp edge on that thing, and it works good. All right, that's it. We're going to scrape all 5 of them frames right into this bucket, and then we're going to let it sit for 24 hours. Okay guys, all we need here for this little operation is a bee brush and a hive tool. Nice sunny day today, guys. Not too much smoke. You don't want this honey smelling like smoke, so don't put too much smoke on them. No more than you absolutely have to. Stand her up here and brush them down. This saw palmetto honey, guys, is some very good stuff because it's mixed with what we've got is we've got gallberry and saw palmetto mixed here. It's a very good honey. Yeah, beautiful stuff. And it looks like we've got full, looks like every one of these is full all the way across. All right, I'm gonna take this in the barn and put this in that box. I'm gonna take them up one at a time because I don't want any bees in that barn with me. So let's get that done. Okay guys, I thought I had a full box, but no, we've got a mixed bag here. I was able to get this one over here on this side and these 2 over here, but the 2 in the middle, have got a lot of honey, but we've got a lot of brood here. We've got a lot of brood, and same on that one there. So we can't harvest that. We can't harvest those at all. So I'm done here with this. So we got three nice full frames. That's excellent. And actually, I'm going to leave this hole opened. I'm going to put the lid back on, leave that hole open, so we can put these frames back in there. They'll be good till tomorrow, or maybe, yeah, tomorrow. I'll put them back in tomorrow evening. They won't build any crazy comb up in there till then, so we're good shape. So yeah, let's go harvest this honey. Okay guys, here's our little setup here. Get our frame set up here. And you just scrape her on down. Nothing to it. Try to do this somewhere where the bees can't get at this, because you got a door open or something. You can have a ton of bees in here trying to get back on this comb. Easy to do. That's the beauty of this plasticell. And like I said, we're not going to lose a drop of this honey. Not a drop of it. You want to do this in the heat of the day. I like to do it when it's really hot. See how easy this honey's flowing? It is hot today, guys. That's about, we're going to be bumping probably a heat index of close to 100 today. It's going to be in the high 90s, I know that much. The hell heat is here, guys. Just something you got to deal with. But like I had an old boss man tell me once, you never, when you're doing a job, he said, you never work like a thoroughbred racehorse. You never work like a thoroughbred racehorse. I said, why is that, boss man? He said, because when you hook a thoroughbred racehorse to a plow, and that thing's all jacked up, time he hits the other end of that field, he said he'll be dead. But he said an old mule, he said you want to work like an old plow mule. He said that old plow mule, he said, will work all day long. We're going to have quite a bit of honey here, guys, I'm telling you. Even out of 3 frames here, 3 of these deeps, I told Miss Daisy, she went to the store this morning, I told her, go ahead and pick up a 12 case of pints. I like giving out pints. Unless you got one of your people that says, hey, I want a gallon of that stuff. So then I usually put them up in, a lot of times I save them distilled water plastic jugs, and I'll put them up in plastic water jugs. As you can see, this goes quite fast. Easy honey harvesting. You want, like I said, do this in the summer when it's nice and warm. This honey flows good. You try to had a bunch of this stuff, it was cold and sitting in a building, it's cold out. Now this stuff gets thick and it gets tough. It gets tough to do this. Now you can see this frame here. Right, she's dripping wet. Stay. You can see this frame is dripping wet here. But I've got it on a tarp. I'm going to get the lid on this thing. I'm going to take the screws out of this thing. This top bar, take it off. And I'm going to put that screw lid on that thing. And it's going to sit in this pail for 24 hours. When I come back, those cappings will still be wet, but you've got pretty much all the honey you're going to get out of them, okay? You got pretty much all the honey you're going to get out of there. So then, in a few minutes, I'm going to take this thing out here and set it down. And I'm going to come back in 2 hours. I'm going to show you what the bees are doing to this thing. Right? I'm going to put a brick under each end so they come underneath, like go all directions, fly in and out of that thing. And see, this is soaking wet with honey right here. See this tool? I'm going to lay it right there. I'm going to take a screw gun and zap this bar out. It's covered with honey. I'm going to set that right there. I'm picking up this tarp and everything and hauling it out back. And I'll show it to you in an hour or so. Okay guys, when I set this box down and I started walking away, I said, clean her up, girls. It's only been an hour. We're not going to lose a drop, guys. I'm telling you, not a drop. They will have this spit shine and polished. And actually, before the sun goes down, I'm going to take them 3 frames and drop back in that box. I also topped this out. I topped that out with Ultra B. Because it was, I mean, these girls need everything. They need it all. They need pollen and everything. By doing this, I have jacked these hives all up, guys. Every hive in this yard is jacked up and coming in here hitting on this stuff. So tomorrow I'll show you how we bottle up the honey. Alrighty guys, I'm back here 2 hours later. It's been 2 hours since we did this. We pulled our honey off. We've got these bees all hanging out, chilling. Look at them bridging across here. They're saying, what are you doing to me, Steve-O? We got to put some comb across here. No, you don't, girls. You better chill out, girls. You better chill out. All right, what I'll do here, guys, is just move these puppies right here to the middle, like this. Yep. So yeah, 2 hours. I set those frames down here, guys, and it wasn't 5 minutes they started hitting on it. And look what we got here. Completely clean. Remember how this was all sloppy with honey? Look at that, clean. Remember how juicy these were? Honey all smeared all. There's not a drop of honey on here. There's plenty of wax. Plenty of wax on here. This is completely bone dry. Oh, bone dry. So what are we going to do? We'll put them back in the hive and let them crank it up again. We'll let these girls get after it again, guys. There's some excellent genetics here in this colony. I don't know so much here. When I'll evaluate this thing, this is the kind of stuff I want to, you know, we want to breed from this stuff. All right, they're back in. They're dry frames. They're ready to go again. Yep. They're ready to go again, guys. And sugar water. Now that honey we pulled off could have a little sugar water in it. Not a big deal. It's mostly saw palmetto, I can tell you that. But what a little bit of sugar water is in there, not going to hurt a thing. Everybody's drinking umpteen gallons every day of high fructose corn syrup and every other crazy thing. A little bit of sugar water in there, cane sugar, ain't gonna hurt nothing. So we'll evaluate this in Tuesday. We'll take this apart Tuesday. Oh, my doctor just called, my primary care physician. He says, I'm calling that guy, that surgeon, today and getting you an appointment. He says, we're gonna get this thing done. I said, thank you very much, sir. Check out the water, guys. Check out the bees on this water. Very thirsty. It was funny. David over at my other site, he's got that female pit bull. She runs around the yard there. She couldn't get at her drinking water. There were so many of my bees in that drinking water. That little girl couldn't get a drink of water. She's scared to death of them bees. So David set a 5-gallon bucket out there, and I should have known better. I should have set a bucket of water out there myself, but there's a few ponds around there. I figured they were getting enough water, but no. So David set out a 5-gallon bucket out there with water, and threw some little floats in there. And he said the bees left the dog bowl and went on over there to it. Yeah. Speaking of putting little sugar water in this stuff. Speaking of putting sugar water in this stuff, I knew a commercial beekeeper back in the well, actually it was in the 70s and late 70s, early 80s. I knew him, and he was quite a character, and I worked with him a little bit, and anyway, we were trading genetics on some bees and stuff, and this is totally illegal, really. I mean, as far as you want to sell a product, he was buying molasses really cheap. He got some source of molasses, and he was cutting that stuff with a little bit of water and feeding his bees with that stuff. And that honey, guys, looked like road primer. I'm not kidding you. It was dark, and you could smell the molasses in it. He said, check this product out. Taste some of this, he said. So I tasted it. I said, tastes like molasses to me. He says, well, that's what I've been feeding the bees, he says. I said, you're calling that honey? He said, it's edible. I said, yeah, maybe edible, yeah. But I said, is it kosher? Well, I checked later on. I was talking with a state bee inspector, and I brought up, I didn't call out any names. I told that the bee inspector, I know of a guy that's playing around feeding bees molasses. He said, well, I happen to know a guy in Tampa that's doing it. And he says, I've caught him, and I've run a sample of that stuff into the lab, and it was just about 90% molasses. And I told this guy, you cannot sell that as honey. So I don't know how that deal ever turned out, how it ever came, how that deal went, but anyway. So I'm over on Craigslist one day, and I see this guy selling natural honey. Oh, the best in the land honey. And I looked at that stuff he had online there, and it was dark as molasses. And I emailed him. I said, why are you selling that molasses-loaded honey? He said, I am a 5th-generation beekeeper. Like, how dare you? How dare you talk this crap to me? And I said, bro, I know what I see. I said, I've been making honey in this state for a long, long time, since the 60s. I'm telling you, that ain't normal honey. That, it looks like you've been feeding them bees molasses. That is not molasses. That is genuine Florida honey. Yeah, okay. Color me stupid, okay? Now, if you're in a lot of oaks in the spring, yeah, that honey can get dark, but it ain't gonna get black like molasses. Come on, bro. All right, so you can see how quick and easy that was. This is quick, this is easy honey harvesting, guys. So simple to do, and you can do this, like I say, up to, even if you had 20 colonies, you can do this scrape and drain thing. And tomorrow in the morning, probably in the morning, I got to go watch my grandson play hockey, so I'm going to try to get this done in the morning early. We will take that honey that's in that drain bucket, and I'll show you how I put it in jars. Very simple. Then I can take all that drippy stuff and all those cappings we're going to put on that tarp over here, that blue tarp, and those bees are going to clean that all up. So we'll have nothing but really nice dry cappings that we can put in our solar wax melter. I will see you guys in the AM. See ya. Good morning, boys and girls. How are we today? We got things lined out here. I don't know how much we're going to get here. So I just laid out a bunch of jars. And what do we got in here? Whoa, she's way down there. So I'll take this out. It's nice and light. We're going to take our filter off. That's going to go over here in this pile. Right there. And there is our liquid gold, guys, right there. Now, how are we going to get it from there to there? All right? That's what you're asking yourself. How do you get from there to there, Steve-O? Well, you go to China Mart and you get a 1 gallon pitcher. And you do this. You let it drain what you can, right? If I would totally let this bucket drain out, it looks like we would get close to a gallon. But there's a little left in here. The bees can have it. The bees can have it, guys. What's this stuff taste like? It tastes like saw palmetto honey. So here, I don't have any buckets with gate valves and none of that shenanigans, you know, that the people want you to buy. I got nice, clean, clear honey, no bubbles in it. Let it drip, move to the next one. Is this tough, guys, or what? Easy honey harvesting. You guys seen some of them bottling devices they got down there? Wow, couple grand. Crazy, huh, guys? Alright, I don't have, guys, enough here to do another jar. I don't have enough here to do another jar, right? We've got 1, 2, 3 quarts. We got 3 quarts out of them 3 frames. See all that honey in there? It's going right over here. There you go. You got your sock there, your filter. You got a little left in there. You got a little honey left in there. That thing is dripped pretty dry. I mean, I don't even hardly see a drip down there onto those cappings. I got that blue tarp out there, out back. I got that blue tarp out there. I put everything in that box last night before I went to bed. It was bone dry. Like you see, I put the frames back in. They were bone dry. I put my box back on the rack. I left bricks on all four corners so the wind don't blow it away. All of this stuff's going to get set out there. And within 2 hours after daybreak, this stuff will be spotless. It'll be completely cleaned up. So there it is, guys. Some beautiful saw palmetto honey and a little gallberry thrown in. And what do you think, guys? Is that some pretty liquid gold or what? I used to make 55-gallon drums of this stuff, guys. But when you're giving it, you're basically, when you give it to a packer, which I had no choice. I didn't have any time to sit and play games with bottling, and because you're dealing, when you get up to like 250 colonies, you haven't got time to be fooling around. You got to get it in a barrel, and you got to get it off. Now, I did sell a little bit at the house, but very little. A lot of guys will set up self stands where you can honor stands. You set them up. They put out so much, and they have a money box there. They'll usually put up a lean-to, and a nice secured out of the weather lean-to with a money box on the back side of the wall, and they'll leave a notepad there to leave you notes or whatever, and you leave your phone number. If you really want to get fancy, have a business card and all that shenanigans. But a lot of guys move honey that way, along with selling bulk. So there she is, guys. Beautiful product over here. That stuff there, guys, will be just as nice and fluffy. The beast will have it all cleaned up, and I can put it right in my wax melter. I just cleaned out my wax melter the other day. She's ready to rock and roll. The Florida sun is here now. We're into hell heat. So that's it, guys. That's easy honey harvesting. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Be happy. See ya.